Hello, welcome to My Life on Paper. I am Brianna. Welcome to Sketch Sunday, where we all take the same sketch and do our version of it. And then this is also Series 14 of Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches. Today's sketch for both is by Tana Peterson, and I am using this photo. Now, I've got two there, but I'm overlapping them because I had issues with getting Eliza on the left side and myself on the right side and not cutting one of us off. So I matched them up as best as I could, and I overlapped them, and I'll glue them together. This picture is the start of our vacation last summer. We were going White River rafting, but this is when we on our way and we were at a restaurant. So this collection I have is a paper pad, super old, and this is basically all I have left of it. I wouldn't have picked this stripe to go kind of, because it doesn't go up and down or sideways, it's going to go kind of diagonal. Not that there's anything wrong with that. But the only other choice that I had a big enough piece of paper was the letters and numbers, and I didn't want that going kind of diagonal, so I stuck with the stripes. And I did make mine larger than hers as well, because my photo is not 4x6, so I didn't use the 6x6 paper instead. Mine's like, might be 7.5 by 7.5. I'm not totally sure. Maybe 8x8. I'm not sure. So this little piece I have, it says a little birdie told me ... and I'm going to use that for my title. And then I will use these are some of them that are cut already, but I used the orange letter and number paper for my fishtail banners. I'm going to use that stencil with the terracotta stencil butter for my mixed media, and then I will trim down this paper to get the banners all kind of the same width, but they will be different heights. And so I'm checking that out. I think the other one I trimmed down because it's thicker than the other ones, but yep. So I'll get them all the same size, and then I'll trim them down, and from those pieces I'll have the small banners that'll go up in the right upper corner. In order to make the fishtail banner, I will just cut the first one, and then I will use that against the rest of them to cut it the same size. Make sure that you check below. That will have everyone that's listed that's playing along with Sketch Sunday, as well as the playlist for Series 14 of Christy's Beautiful Life and her 30 Days of Sketches. I will also have the information that I can find below for Tana Peterson that made the sketch. So check that all out below and give everybody some love. The sketch doesn't have a backing for the photo, but I have this piece of this pretty green blue paper, so I decide to use that for my mat. And I kind of have issues trying to get it the right size because my photo is a wonky size, so I'll trim it down, and then I'll trim it down a couple more times, I think. The other thing is it was okay to be off a little bit, but I didn't adjust for the size when I made the square, so it will kind of overlap the square, which is totally fine too. You know, take the sketch for inspiration and do with it what you like, or you know, take what inspiration that you get from it, and then it doesn't have to be exactly the same. So that's the cool part of sketches. In case you're new here, I'm trying to have a question of every day. So my question for today is, how old do you think the oldest piece in your stash is? I started scrapbooking in 2000, and I would have to believe that there are things in my stash that are probably almost that old. Probably older than that, only because it was probably a little bit older when I bought it. But anyway, how old do you think the oldest thing in your stash is? And would you still put it on a layout? Because I know I would. Here's where I go, and I just trim all the rest of the, well, here's the first one, so I'm trimming it down to that fishtail banner. I'm just making it kind of shallow, but I do want them all about the same size. The stencil butter that I'll be using is terracotta stencil butter by the Crafters Workshop, and I can't believe that I don't use mixed media more. I like to do it. I'm getting more comfortable with it. My version of a mixed media is still very clean, if that makes any sense whatsoever. I love it when people get messy with their mixed media and can layer and stuff, but I guess I haven't gotten that comfortable with the mixed media yet. It's more like, oop, a layer, oop, that looks good. I don't want to mess it up kind of thing. So eventually I'll spend more time with mixed media, maybe get more comfortable with it and add layers in. But I love to see other people do mixed media because I can tell how freeing it is. Like they can just go with the flow. And me with my rule following and stuff is harder to do that with the mixed media, but I still enjoy it, and I should be using it more. This lovely sketch, you can see where she's got the mixed media on there, and that led me to grab out my stencil and my stencil butter. But you can do mixed media on any sketch. So I should be doing it more. The other thing is it's a little more time consuming in that you have to get it to dry. I mean, there is a little bit of a process. So pulling out mixed media for every sketch for 30 days of sketches might be a little bit much because it's already a little bit much to do a layout every day for 30 days. But I'm doing my best. I know I skipped a couple in the beginning. So here is the stencil butter over the stencil, and I just kind of randomly put it down. I try to not like take my spatula and like pull it like straight across per se. I like the peaks and valleys, and I think it's up on this top one where I actually, once I scrape across, I will go back in and kind of do kind of a mountainy effect on it. We'll see, that's where I dragged. Oh, there you go. That's what I meant. Mountainy effect. Do you like it? That's my mixed media. Probably no one ever has called it that before, but you kind of get the idea. Mountainy effect. Stippling maybe might be the better. I don't know. This little spatula, I got it on Amazon, and it's like a latex spatula, and it works pretty well. So, and it cleans off really nice as well. Yeah, clean off your stencil right away. I haven't run into problems, but I have heard that you don't want to clean off the stencil right away so that it doesn't get stuck on there. So then I lay down, I let it dry, and I lay down my I was gonna say crooked square, my diamond, and then I'll put the fishtail banners down. I'll get the top ones down first, and I'm kind of eyeballing it, and then knowing that I'm just gonna trim off the top if I need to, because I don't want to cut. Now that I've done the mixed media, I surely don't want to cover it all up. But that happens a lot with mixed media, and that's okay. I did think about going into my stash and grabbing out other kind of embellishments, but like I said before, like my style is a little bit cleaner, and I think part of my thought process too was the time. I like the way this looks. It doesn't need to be cluttered, and then also the time it would take to like kind of rummage through things, get things out, bring it back. It's something that I might do if I wasn't doing a layout every day. But I do believe this looks finished, and it's not lacking anything either. Now that I've got the banners down and where I want them, the next piece will be to take my ATG and adhere down the I keep losing a word for it. Diamond? Aren't diamonds like a little bit taller than they are wide? Sideways square, object in the middle of my paper. Striped paper. I'm gluing down the striped paper. There you go. And then I'll work on my title. Now this title came with a collection, and that take hole just bothered me, and I know I could just throw some twine on there, but it just kind of stuck up funny to me, so I made the decision to cut it off, and it's got that scallop all the way around, so I kind of did a freehand scallop, and then I'll glue that down. And then it's got these pieces that come with the it's a cut apart sheet, so I'm going to glue that down. It says our story begins. Then from the rest of this cut apart sheet, I will take off, there's a little heart that I trim off of there, and then the journaling spot. And so And I actually use one of these drilling spots on the next layout I do as well. But I will just take that end one, the oval one, and oh, there's the heart. I'm going to use that, and then I'll get out my trimmer because I like to be a straight trimmer. I half thought about using this scissors, but I wanted a straight cut, so I'll use my trimmer and then get that down onto the paper. I know she doesn't have a journaling spot on there, but that's okay. There is definitely room for that. So I'll layer that over the mixed media, and then I will take this little heart that was on the cut apart sheet and just lay that onto the journaling spot. We are on day 24 of 30 days of sketches, so we are getting close to the end. As always, I enjoy these sketches. They are exclusive to this series. You will not see them anywhere else, so that is fun as well. And you can go to the Facebook group, which will be listed down below, to see everybody else's take on it. You can put your version of the layout into the album. So the last thing I will do is I've been using these on a couple layouts now, but they are enamel stars. And so I just use, and the colors go. So I'll use, I'll put 3 of them in each cluster except for the one where I kind of run out of coordinating colors. So the last one just gets 2, and that'll be about it. So thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you have a fabulous day, and please come back and see me again soon.